briefly, I'm going to be talking about what are manifestations, how do we do this shit right, what is the purpose of a vision board, what's the purpose of visualization, all that good shit. So if y'all have not watched any of my other videos prior to me being fully conscious or fully woke, I not even read the book. My mother made me watch the movie The Secret. It used to be on YouTube, now it's not. I watched this movie called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. She also has a book. She also has a website called thesecret.com. Go over there and read all the daily personal stories from people from all over the planet. It's really astounding. So basically, when I was 15, my mom was like, I guess it was something that she had seen on Oprah. So she was like, yeah, you know, watch the movie. And we had the film in the house. So I would be watching it every day. I was either 14 or 15. So when I watched this movie, that's when I realized, like, shit, I kind of been manifesting stuff all along in my whole life without even realizing there was a name or such a thing for this phenomenon. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So I vividly remember, like, I was always one of these people, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was fortunate, but even without, like, my parents being fortunate, I always just got what I wanted because I wanted it. That simple. I feel like as I got older in my teens and all of that, and I started worrying about love and trying to fit in or trying to figure out where I belong in this world, I kind of said the hell with it and it went to shit. So I was real excited, real amped up, like most viewers of the movie, and I'm just like, oh my god, I knew I was magical, blah blah blah. So then you know, I began trying to manifest stuff. Now I had always got what I wanted, but I feel like it wasn't until my junior year of high school, where basically I had a meeting with my guidance counselor. You remember them days. Basically you meet with your guidance counselor and you discuss your options of either going away to school or community college or what subjects you need to work on, whatever. And I basically met with my guidance counselor, and sis was like, your grades are so bad that you're never gonna go away to school because you probably won't get accepted, so your best option is to go to community college, Nassau Community College to be exact. Now in my 14, 15-year-old brain, that was not it, because I'm like, first of all, I went to Baldwin High School anyways. I went to Baldwin High School, and in my mind, I was just like, first of all, I don't even like the motherfuckers in my school now. The fuck? I'm not about to graduate this bitch and go fucking see y'all asses every day at Nassau. No, the fuck I'm not. And then everybody else in you? No. So in my mind, I'm like, that's not no motherfucking option. I don't care what she talking about. So she didn't know that I had watched The Secret. And back in that time, like 2009, nobody was talking about manifestation or visualization or being a manifestor and your own creative. Nobody was talking about shit like that back in that time. I didn't know nobody who knew anything about the law of attraction personally. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna give it a go. So I feel like it was probably that summer of 2019, I decided I was gonna make a vision board. So I made a vision board and I put like the Dean's List, honor roll, graduating class of 2010. I put like mad other stuff I wanted. I wanted a pair of diamond earrings from Zales. I saw at the time Angela Simmons had this red monogram Louis Vuitton bag. It was cherry red with the Louis Vuitton symbols, and it was like a metallic candy pink bag, and it was huge. And I remember because it was on Media Takeout. This is how you know it was back in the day. And y'all, I saw this bag and I was just like, oh my god, I'm in love. I gotta have that bag. Went on a Louis Vuitton bag site. That bag was 2,002 racks. So I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck it. We gonna see if the secret thing really works. So I put it on my vision board. I had also put a picture of a Yorkie up there, and I had named her Taylor. I still never got that Yorkie, but you know, just mad other stuff that I had wanted. We're gonna fast forward. So it is now the spring of 2010. I did graduate high school on time. I graduated on the D's list. I graduated with honors. Big fucking deal. I had a big ass graduation party. I got mad money, like you know, that was lit. I had just got a brand new car from my parents as a gift. Like, life was lit, you hear me? I think it was a day after graduation My dad knew, like, my dad's the breadwinner, so he just knew he had to get me something. He came and picked me up, and we went to the mall. Went to Roosevelt Field Mall in Long Island, and we're walking. Now, I knew what I wanted. He didn't know what I wanted, but I knew. So we're walking, and I walked right into the Louis store. I walked him straight into the Louis store. He thought we was probably about to go to Pink, Victoria's Secret, Forever 21, no bitch. I walked him straight into Louis Vuitton, period. So we walking around. You know, they got the people there. Hi, can I help you? Da 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 da. And I'm like, no, thank you. I already know what I want. So I walked right over to the bag section where they had my bag, and the clerk was like, oh, do you want to see it? I'm like, yeah, I do, actually. So the clerk went to pick like the smallest one, and I'm like, no, I would like the Louis Vuitton monogram size ... So she went and got the bigger drawing, and I'm looking at it, inspecting the bag, and she's telling me all the features, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Meanwhile, I had done all the research possible. I was obsessing over having this bag and all of that. So I'm like, my father was like, this is what you want? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, all right. He didn't even ask no questions. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, ma'am, I'll take it. Went right to the register. Ring it up. $2,700 and whatever change amount. Bitch. My father pulls out his wallet and pulls out two stacks, and pays the lady, and she packages up my $2,000 Louis Vuitton bag, and I walked out that motherfucking store and mall happy as shit. Period. Pull. Now, for those talking about, well, that's not a manifestation. Yes, the fuck it is, and I'm gonna explain how. I had that bag on my vision board for an entire year, my entire senior year. This is from the spring of 2019 all the way to the spring of 2010. I would just be walking past this damn vision board every day, or I'd be seeing the bag, and I would just think of how it would feel to have this bag, how people would look at me if I have this bag on my wrist, how if I go into Louis Vuitton store again, they're not gonna look at me as some little black girl with no money, because I got coins, big coins, period. So, you know, all of these things were in my mind anytime I would think about having a bag. And what people don't talk about with visualization or manifesting what you want, I can tell you from experience, because this was my biggest manifestation, my first biggest manifestation. And you gotta motherfucking feel good. You gotta motherfucking feel and act and behave how you would act if you already had whatever it is that you want. And in my mind, no bullshit. In my mind, I knew I was that bitch if I was walking around with a $2,000 bag at 17. Didn't even have $2,000 in the bag. Fuck you talking about, Pooh? So you know what I'm saying? So I would literally visualize like, yo, imagine all the older white ladies like, oh my God, I love your purse. So anywhere I go, oh my God, I love your purse. And da-da-da-da. And I just imagine going to school, shitting on hoes. Like, you know, like honestly, however you gotta believe it yourself. You gotta put yourself in that feeling state. You gotta put yourself in the frequency of already having it. So I just knew I was gonna be that bitch, period. I was already that bitch without the bag, but with the bag, oh, everybody gonna know I'm that bitch. So basically I walked out with the $2,000 bag, and I was happy as shit. And till this day, I got that bag in 2010. It is now 2020. It is a decade later, and that bag is still fire, and I'm still that bitch if I walk outside with that bag. So that just goes to show you, that was one, a good ass investment. Two, I had emotionally invested in my manifestation way before it even happened, and I'm still reaping the manifestation emotions and benefits a whole decade later. So that was just one example. I did end up getting the diamond Zeo earrings from a boyfriend at the time. It was a Valentine's Day gift, and it was actually bigger, a size bigger than the ones that I originally had on my board. Mad other stuff. There were places that I had put on my vision board as well. Like I said, I always wanted to go to Hawaii. I had a image of this penthouse in Miami. Funny story about that, because when I transferred schools from Delaware State my freshman year, and I was moving to Florida, my father and I took a trip to Miami to go look at different schools. And what's interesting is that we ended up finding the exact penthouse apartment complex in Miami, and I didn't even know that that building was in Miami at the time, but we ended up in that area and I ended up finding it. Long story short, when I moved to Florida, I ended up so obsessed with that apartment. Like, I went and I had meetings with the realtor trying to see how much it was to get in there and the credentials. Just know I had to put that dream on the back burner, but it did come to my mind the other day. So maybe I'll still end up living in that apartment, and that will be a next manifestation video. Crazy or interesting is when I did move to Florida, even though I did not end up moving in that penthouse, where my school was in downtown Miami, South Beach, Miami was literally just over the bridge, so it was maybe a 15-minute drive. So like between class, I would have breaks, maybe like 3 hours between my morning class and my last afternoon class, and I would literally drive to South Beach every day, and I would go park at that same penthouse building. They had their own parking lot, a private restaurant, and the beach. I would park there and I would walk on the beach and sit on the ocean and look up at the apartment every single day. And that was the most peaceful time of my life, where I was finally by myself. I was in Florida alone. So being on South Beach every day in between class was like my peace, my sanity. And I just remember I would visualize like how I wanted my life to be and the things that I wanted to become. But really at the time I was visualizing like this version of myself, and it's just so amazing to be having this thought in the midst of recording and just remember like, wow, that's pretty fucking dope how I did that. But yeah, I manifested so many other things, like me finishing school. I definitely manifested that. I've manifested a lot of opportunities, a lot of amazing people. I've always wanted certain type of friendships or relationships that I feel like are just now starting to come into fruition and reality for me. So that was just a brief update or a brief introduction to manifestation and visualization. It really does work. I'm gonna create more videos that are more detailed, but you know, thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. This is Scorpio Chronicles. I'm Aria, Destiny Advisor. To my next video, y'all. Peace.